everyone, it's me again. Happy Jack Road and Tumbleweed. Traveling down Interstate 20 going west. Let's see, there's a mileage sign there. I'm 28 miles outside of Ranger. And I'm just turning on the video because here in just a few minutes we're going to go up a steep hill. They call it Ranger Hill. Of course, the traffic today is not a problem. But back in the days when truck drivers really, they had to work, they used to have to work to get up to the top of that hill. It's not a very long hill, but it's kind of steep. And I just want to put it on the camera, on the video, and let you see it when we get to it. So let the video roll for 3 or 4 minutes probably, and just relax and enjoy this short ride. And when we get to the hill, you'll be able to see, hopefully the camera will do it some kind of justice, and you'll be able to see how steep it is, why it causes truck drivers so much trouble. Speed limit is 75. I'm traveling, I got my cruise set at 78. That keeps me from getting any kind of tickets in most cases. Today's date is August the 2nd, and right now it is 2:54 p.m. Like this camera mount that I'm using, I don't know if it's going to be good for filming or not. It looks like it's a little shaky. I won't know until I actually look at the video, but actually, as it's recording live, it looks like it's going to be kind of shaky from the vibration of the road. We'll see later, whenever I get a chance to download this and edit it.
In 2 miles, take exit 373 for Texas 193 toward Gordon.
Whenever I say edit, I'm really not too knowledgeable on how to do all that yet when I'm trying to put my videos on YouTube. I know how to insert music into it, but I'm not sure how to narrate something. Right now I'm recording it on my phone, so the voice will be on my video on the phone. If I put music on the video whenever I put it on YouTube, sometimes the music will cover my voice, so I've got to figure out how to adjust the volume on the music and the volume on the voice. Sometime in the near future I'll figure that out. I can't wait for 2 more weeks when I'm on my road trip to Colorado. That's going to be exciting because my vehicle's 4-wheel drive. Now it's not like a Jeep, so don't get too excited. But it's all-wheel drive, and I do have some choices in what gear ratio I can use. And it is
in half a mile, take exit 373 for Texas 193 toward Gordon.
And I do have a special ordered some all-terrain tires for this size vehicle. They don't usually have them in stock in tire stores, so you have to order them sometimes. And they're more of aggressive tire than what you'd get when you buy the vehicle from the factory.
Take the exit on the right.
By the way, I'm not listening to the GPS because it wants me to go a different route than what I want to go, so
Continue on to Texas 193 West, then slight right at Clayton Mount Road.
I'm taking I-20 all the way to Abilene and then going
Slight
north.
right at Clayton Mount.
Nope, there goes the auto correction.
Continue on I-20 West for 18 miles.
Anyways, I'm going west on I-20 all the way to Abilene, and then I'll go north. I think it's 283 is the highway number, and take that up into Stamford, and then cut across into rural over towards Highway 6. That's the way I like to go. I like to travel on the interstate as much as possible because my CB radio can pick up some of the chit-chat from truck drivers, and kind of helps me keep an eye out for the local Leos. Of course, if I got my crew set, I'm not going to get a ticket anyways. But that's just driving on any freeway, interstate. Them state troopers, man, they can hide in really good places. Give you a nice big fat ticket. See what the traffic is like out this far from Fort Worth and Dallas area. It's not too heavy, but on a Sunday afternoon, there's a lot of people still traveling, going back home, and some just getting started like me. Looks to me, it actually seems like there's more traffic going back into the Metroplex than going out. But I-20 is a big interstate anyways, from east to west. Hell, there's a lot of truck traffic on this interstate all the time, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Well, I guess Ranger Hill was a little further away than I was thinking. We changed lanes. Let's let these guys get on the freeway here. Believe it or not, I try to be as courteous as possible when I'm on the road. You know, I try not to cut anybody off. Of course, when you take a long road trip, sometimes you're going to make a mistake. more difficult to see on the camera. The sign that says Ranger now says 15 miles. But the hill is way before the actual city, so we don't have to go 15 more miles before we get to the hill. Another reason I like to travel on the interstate is almost all the entire time you're on the interstate, you can get a cell phone signal. Because you get off on the smaller 2-lane state highways or U.S. highways, the cell phone coverage is, you usually can get it in any of the small cities, but when you're in between some of those small cities, it's pretty hard to get a signal sometimes, especially if you're in an environment where there's a lot of hills. Doing quite a lot of construction work on this hill over the last year. So my speed limit zone is actually dropped to 55 because it's a work zone. I'm not going to go too fast through here because there's probably not any work being done today since it's a Sunday. But I don't want to risk, really not a place for an officer with one of those radar guns to sit either, but I'm not going to chance it anyways. Oh wow, yeah, they've made some changes since I was through here. Over to the right is the old highway. The other part of I-20, they've redone this completely. It's not quite as steep as it was on the old part of the I-20 that's over, well, you can't see it now, but it goes up to the right over there between all them trees where those other light poles are. And what they've done is they've stretched the highway out, it looks like, so the grade is not as steep, and that'll make it easier on the trucks coming up or going down. And it'll probably make it easier for the wintertime travel too, because in the past, when Texas doesn't have the winter equipment like they do up north.
Head northeast.
So in the past, if there was any ice or snow on this hill, they just closed it. They wouldn't allow any traffic to go up or down it. So truck drivers were parked on either side of the bridge, either side of the hill, stacked up forever, waiting to get sand on it or whatever, so they could go up and down this thing. Of course, as you can see in the car, it didn't affect my speed one bit. But when you're traveling in a big rig and you
Head east.
got several thousand pounds
Continue
of
for
weight in the
1.5
trailer,
miles.
it's going to slow you down a bit. I'm really surprised. I knew they'd been working
Head east on
this,
I-20 east.
I did not know
In
they...
2 miles, take exit 361 for Texas 16 towards Strawn to Leon.
Oh, she's going to keep auto-correcting every time I pass by where I should turn. Anyways, I didn't know they had done that much work. They all but bypassed that one side of the interstate and made a whole new section, so that's interesting. But that's our good old DOT tax dollars at work. Infrastructure improvements. That's about all I'm going to record for now. That's a little over 17 minutes worth of video, so any of y'all viewers out there can just skim through it or watch the whole thing. It's just traveling along I-20, and I'll catch all my viewers a little bit later when I post something else.